They're some of the country's most prestigious institutions, but behind the sandstone buildings and sleek exteriors, a storm is brewing.
Underpayment of wages is rampant across this sector.
Over the past 2 years, allegations of wage theft have emerged at more than a dozen universities.
Our surveys indicate that it's across every university, every public university in the country.
I think about leaving academia almost on a daily basis.
Natalia Majstorovic-Chulio has been working with Sydney University as a casual sociology tutor for the past decade. She loves her profession, but it's come at a great personal cost.
I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've sacrificed in my personal life. I can't have children because I don't have a guaranteed, income that's coming in. I have to live with my parents. As a casual worker, I can't get a home loan. You are always doing work that you're not paid for. To give you an example, I'm paid for 28 hours face-to-face and prep time a week, and I work about 45, if not more. I'm underpaid when it comes to marking because we get paid an hour per student, and it takes probably 2 hours.
Allegations of underpayment at several Australian universities first emerged in 2020, just as universities were hit with the uncertainty of the pandemic and lost thousands of international students, their main revenue source. By the middle of the year, many major universities started cutting thousands of jobs, the majority of them casual. Since then, 21 of Australia's 40 universities have faced underpayment or wage theft allegations, and millions of dollars in wages have been repaid to staff. Fair Work Ombudsman is still investigating. It comes as some of the country's biggest universities this year reported multi-million-dollar profits. Natalia Majstorovic-Chulio claims Sydney University owes her tens of thousands of dollars in wages.
This university operates because we all work for free. We have a contract with a set number of hours that gets put on our contract for marking. If it exceeds those hours, they turn back and they say this timesheet needs to be corrected because you've claimed extra hours. So you can't claim beyond the contract.
The University of Sydney declined to be interviewed, but in a statement said it's working to resolve underpayment problems and emphasised it does not require staff to perform work for which they're not paid. The Vice-Chancellor apologised last year for underpaying staff and committed to repaying them.
Universities have a duty to ensure that these sort of administrative errors do not occur. Wage theft is too common, it is too well known for universities to be able to turn a blind eye.
A recent Senate inquiry heard evidence that underpayments in the sector are systemic, an allegation the universities reject. The National Tertiary Education Union places the blame largely on the growing casualisation of the sector. They estimate that 70% of university staff are employed casually or on a contract.
The problem would be resolved if employment relations in universities were secure, if people were employed in secure, ongoing and permanent jobs.
The head of the union, Alison Barnes, is calling for universities to move more casual staff to permanent contracts.
When you don't have security of employment, it makes you vulnerable to exploitation.
Higher education policy professor Andrew Norton also says casualisation is driving the issue.
I think a lot of this will be error, just due to the complexity of the casual payment system and the number of individuals involved.
This is what we've identified for
Melbourne University's Provost Nicola Phillips announced the university will overhaul its employment model to significantly reduce its use of casual contracts.
This isn't a sustainable model for us, and it's not a desirable one for the future. We are looking at dramatically reducing our reliance on casual contracts as a way of employing staff.
The problem's been known about since 2020, the beginning of 2020. Is this review and process to repay staff moving fast enough?
It's moving very, very quickly. We started to act on this as soon as it was brought to our attention.
At first, dancer Hamish McIntosh loved his job tutoring students at Melbourne University's Victorian College of the Arts.
So I applied for a role in July of 2019.
But in 2021, his role, along with other casual dance tutors, was reclassified and his paycheck shrunk. 730's seen the letters sent to staff explaining the change.
Management suggested that the classes that myself and my colleagues delivered were not epistemologically based, and that we lacked the intellectual expertise for the classes to be classified as tutorials proper.
What would your message be to those staff?
That we are sorry about it, that we apologise for it, that we recognise that we haven't got it right for them.
Hamish left his job late last year. He alleges he was underpaid almost $5,000.
Which for viewers may not sound like a lot of money, but for me, as a postgraduate student, that's a tremendous amount of money.
We need the federal government to regulate so that the majority of employment at our universities is secure.
In a statement, the new Education Minister told 7:30 the government was planning to criminalise wage theft.
It's really devastating to not only place people in insecure work, but then to underpay them for the work that they do and work so hard for is dreadful.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.